Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is actually a brand new show, and with me today is a high school friend. He goes by SK. I wouldn't say he's a Tottenham fan, but he's definitely a Mourinho fanboy who jumped off the ship as soon as Oli was at the reins. SK, bro, it's been a long time, but how are you today?
Nah, I'm cool, bro.
That's good, that's
It's
good.
been a tricky season, but
Yeah, we're gonna
coming back up.
we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. Because I want to slate your manager, right? First things first,
Oh, really?
confidence levels.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into this game?
Out of 10, I'd say a solid 6.
Solid six.
Yeah,
Six
solid 6.
only after the last time we faced each other. We kind of held six as well.
I mean, that match doesn't really mean anything because Martial got a red card, changed the whole match. But we did control you. Apart from 30 seconds of that first game, you guys weren't in. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the Martial red card thing for me, it did definitely play a factor, but at the bigger scheme of things, I think we got pwned. I walked out at halftime. I couldn't take it anymore. I walked out at halftime. I didn't do the player ratings for that show and things like
yeah,
that. But we had to talk about the game. I did a video with the boys earlier on the match preview. That video will go up later. But we basically what we said is that this game is going to be quite dead. Let's just be honest. This game will be quite dead.
yeah.
Both managers play pragmatic football, which I want to get your thoughts on it because one, I want to ask you how do you think the game is going to go down, and two, since you're such a Jose advocate, is it actually worth supporting that brand of football? Getting depressed every single game.
Nah, I think like for the match, I think it's gonna be 0-0 or like 1 because you guys the bus we don't. We've already scored 100 goals this season. You know, the first club in English football this season to score 100 goals. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be 1-1 because you're gonna play McFred. Because those two boring.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, I think Ndombele control the game. The South always score. It's just that four in the middle of quiet. It's gonna be hard to.
Yeah, I just want to clear up that you said we parked the bus. So you implying that your team does not park the bus?
Yeah, we don't park the bus. Definitely not.
Okay, okay. First,
We
first things
scored.
first. Why you want to violate our views? Why you lying to our views? Because Mourinho is known to park
I
the
mean,
bus. I've watched Mourinho this season. You know what? I'll give Mourinho some credit. It looked at the beginning like he was trying to change it, but then after a while, it just looked like he went back to the same thing. It's like you guys get that early goal, and then you just shrink into yourselves. You play the deeper line, you play compact at the back, and then evidently, of recently, you guys bottled it at the end, and then it's too late to get another goal. Instead, I think you guys actually have the quality that if you were to attack teams, you can put teams to bed easily.
I hear you. I just think about the. We didn't park the bus. We tried to attack. We scored 4 goals, but they scored 5. So it's one of those ones where you have to have a balance. I think the defenders are bad, so you have to try drop a bit deeper when you do have. I think also Jose doesn't park the bus. I think that's a lie. You know,
Okay.
we scored against the top six, right? We scored six against. We scored twice against City. We scored like 3 times against Liverpool. We scored 3 times. So we do score goals. You look at United, they don't score goals. So it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be KG because Man United don't want to come out and play football.
Exactly. I was telling the boys actually because they have a feeling. Obviously, there is some bias, obviously, because we're United fans, but they actually
Yeah,
feel that we will have more of the possession and you guys will actually sit back more. But I just don't know. When we play McFred, we lose every midfield battle. So and then that just instantly implies we're gonna be pragmatic. So how do you feel? Do you actually think that you guys will be the dominant team in this game? Do you actually think that you guys will take the game more towards us than us rather taking it towards you?
I think it depends who starts. If Davison Sanchez starts, then we're going to try to take the game to you. But if it's Eric Dyer, Alderweireld, we're going to park the bus because those guys are slow. So I think it depends on who the centre backs are going to be. The two pacey Sanchez, Rodon, then I think we're going to take the game to you. We're going to try to be open. I think maybe in the 30 minute in the first 30 minutes, that's what we're going to do. But then after that, we're just going to, you know, close down a bit and be a bit more safe.
Mm. Another thing I was gonna ask you is because obviously Mourinho wants Champions League football, right? You guys are out of Europa. You're in a Carabao Cup final. I know you guys think you're gonna win that. I don't. Spoiler alert. I don't think you guys are gonna win that. Obviously, anything can happen. It's 90 minutes of football, one game. Mourinho, he can do something special in that one game. But I just feel like that's City's cup. But I was gonna ask you, do you think that your manager will be happy with the draw, which it seems to be the most likely result, knowing that if you win this game, obviously Chelsea will have to lose. West Ham could very much lose because they're playing Leicester. But knowing that a win could take you equal points with fourth.
I think I think Jose will tell them that we can't lose. That's the important. If we do win it, that's a good result. We just can't lose this game. I think a draw is it's not bad considering Man United are second. I think the highest wage bill in England. You guys have spent a billion since 2010. You guys have a good squad. So I think a draw wouldn't be a bad result from the game. I want to win, obviously. To get us into the Champions League places. But if you got a draw, like I wouldn't be.
Yeah, so I can tell you right now, if Ollie gets a draw, he'll be over the moon. Ollie will take a draw. He's probably going to play for a draw. I can tell you that much. Because
Yeah.
I don't see us going at it. Even our strikers, they're not in form. They're not scoring really much goals. Bruno, obviously, is the biggest threat of ours. Obviously, Bruno does what
Yeah.
Bruno does. Even he's starting to, get burnt out. Performances is starting to drop. So I am very worried. Especially, not just because I know my strikers aren't really in form, but I know that your striker is in ridiculous form. I mean, I've got him in my fantasy team, and I seen you
Yeah.
captain him last week, and I was crying because I had faith in Bruno, and I didn't think you'd captain Kane. But fair play to you, fair play to you. You're actually the only person who's ahead of me in the fantasy league of the RDA. So congratulations. I hope it doesn't stay that way. Hopefully, I can take first spot. But for now, this is actually the man who's on top of our league. But SK, talk to me about
Yeah.
Harry Kane because we'll get to our score predictions, but I actually think, not to give my score prediction away yet, but I did say guaranteed Harry Kane goes away with a goal contribution.
I mean, I think with Harry Kane, right? He's obviously a good player in both the. I just think in the clutch moments when he's needed, doesn't show up, and I think this is one of those moments where he will be needed. I remember against Dinamo Zagreb, he had an open goal, didn't score, had a couple of chances, and I'm just thinking that this is the game where you think Harry Kane should be scoring to take it. He didn't. I also remember the game last week against Newcastle, counter attack. It was 2-1. If he scored that, the game was going to be finished. He hit the post. And it's just those moments where I think Harry Kane will score in those moments where he is needed, doesn't show up. He will score, just don't know if his goal will be the winning goal.
I mean, the same thing can be said about Bruno, really. I don't really think it's necessarily on Bruno because I think when it comes to these games, all he changes his philosophy, the personnel around Bruno. And to be honest with you, when you play McFred and only Bruno, obviously now Pogba's back, so that's a bit of more of a threat. But when it's only Bruno and Bruno only, Mourinho won't be stupid to say, listen, that's the only guy who's going to create. That's the biggest goal threat. Mark Bruno out the game, job done, they're not scoring goals. And I think that's what will happen. And I think that's what's been happening a lot, this second season with Bruno Fernandes. I think people just know he's the biggest threat. So close him off, mark him out of the game, nothing happens. And I'm fully expecting that to happen. My only hope is that, Pogba will give you guys a second, problem. So, I know you are also a big Pogba advocate. So I know you won't disrespect Paul Pogba like that.
Yeah, I think Pogba will start. I think it's the same thing with Kane. He's a very good player, doesn't show up when he's needed. I think like the thing I could give Pogba, also Bruno, is Tottenham's defense. Shit,
Mm.
it's very bad. Joe Linton had like the whole defense on ropes. So imagine Pogba and Bruno. So honestly, I don't know. I think Pogba will be key to the game. Will he start? I don't know. Hopefully, Pogba starts on the wing
That's
because I think
exactly what
he's
That's
trash.
exactly what we predicted. McFred, Bruno,
Yeah.
yeah, Pogba left wing, Rashford right wing, Cavani in the middle.
If if Pogba's on the left wing, then I think he's useless there. Whoever our right back
Mm.
is gonna pot it.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to see what happens, but we all fully expecting Pogba to start on the wing because especially we noticed with Oli, when it's big game time, he does not trust Pogba in the pivot. He just does not want to trust pull Pogba in the pivot. And the last time we played you guys, that was I told the boys today we were speaking about it. That game ruined our season. That game ruined our team for the rest of the season. That was the best team we had. Our OG front three, Rashford left, Martial middle, Greenwood right, Pogba, Bruno, Matic. And ever since we held 6-1 to Tottenham, McFred started coming in, James started coming in. He drops Martial. That game will forever haunt me because it messed up my beautiful team. It messed up the way we were supposed to play football. And we're just saying how different the season could have been if that game didn't go the way it did. If we did manage to come out with the win, I think we would have been in a lot better place. But yes, anyway,
If
yeah.
if would you start? Because I see the previous one. Would you start Matic and buy this one? You go
Uh,
Fred.
I wouldn't start Matic personally. I would. Well, actually, it depends. If I was like I always told the boys, if I was manager of Manchester United, my team would be a lot more drilled at this point of the season. They would be in a diamond formation, so I could play Donny, Bruno, Pogba, Matic in the diamond, and I'd have only two strikers, probably Rashford and Cavani at the moment. No, maybe not Cavani. I actually hate Cavani. Probably Rashford and Greenwood. Even though obviously my boy Martial's out injured, so I can't have them. But I would play Matic in a diamond. But if I was forced to play a three, I would not play um, Matic in this game. I think I would probably play Pogba, Bruno, and Donny. I wouldn't play really a holding CDM. If I wanted cover, I'd play Fred. But, even then, it's asking for a lot.
Yeah.
I would rather go for it. But by 100%, by 100% we play this game. Any other centre backs besides my centre backs, I would start. I would start Axel. I would start by those two would be my centre backs week in week out.
So even after seeing that assist from Lindelof,
Even after seeing that assist of Lindelof, Lindelof is my third choice. I'll be real with you. I've said it many times on the show. I'll be real with you. Axel, those are my centre backs. I'm done with Maguire. I'm done with Victor. I know they've been in good form lately, but like I said, when you have two CDMs sitting in front of you, it's hard not to bottle it after that. So it
yeah,
it is what it is. Which will make this combined 11 very interesting. But before we get into the combined 11, I want to ask your final score prediction. I personally think you guys will win it, and I said Harry Kane will be the reason you guys win it. So I said Bruno. Bruno kind of coasts in this game. I don't say it's really his fault. It's more tactical, and I just don't see how our strikers get away with something. I think Rashford will get dealt with. I think Pogba on the wing. I know he's good there. I know he can be a threat, but I just don't see us scoring goals, especially because we don't really create goals. Even in the Europa League game, it's just a long ball from Lindelof. It's a dodgy penalty, which can always happen. To be fair, a dodgy penalty
yeah,
can always happen for us. But the luck needs to run out at some point, and I think Spurs could walk away at something. So I gave you guys the win. I did give you guys the win. I said 1-0 to you guys. Harry Kane being the reason. What is your score prediction?
I'd say 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. I definitely think Bruno will score a penalty. I think Son will score both the goals, both Tottenham's goals. Then an own goal from Tottenham.
An old goal from top. Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you what. If it's 2-2, hopefully it'll be it sounds entertaining. Because we said on the other show that, if you're watching this and you're trying to watch a game for entertainment this weekend, do not watch Tottenham vs United. It'll be the most boring game of the weekend,
yeah,
So 2-2 though, I tell you what, that sounds good. That sounds good. Some goals in the game. Ideally, I would like Harry Kane to score it because of fantasy reasons, but that's the only reason. But we'll just have to
yeah.
see. So let's get into this combined 11, right? in case of any, let's just say, stalemates, I have got the boys' combined 11, yeah. So that'll be the deciding vote if needed. If needed, right? The rules is 4-3-3, standard 4-3-3. Only players that are actually available to play this game can be picked. So like no Martial because he's out injured, no Bai because he's got COVID, things like that.
Yeah.
But in goalkeeper, I'm gonna say David De Gea. Obviously, do you have any doubts about David De Gea?
Yeah, I think David De Gea gets a shot, but Maurice won the World Cup. So no, okay, but seriously, I think David De
David De Gea. Yeah,
Gea.
it started off sensitive. I thought I would have to fight with you, but this one,
Yeah.
I'm glad we haven't because I can tell you what the other boys also voted for David De Gea, obviously.
Yeah.
This one here, however, I think is gonna be very interesting. Left back. Is there any doubt you're gonna say Reguilon over Luke Shaw?
I think overall Luke Shaw is better, but attacking Reguilon is better. So it just depends who else plays But in my opinion, I think Reguilon's better.
I knew you were gonna say this. So I've got some stats for you. I do have some stats for you, right? Reguilon, and this is just Premier League, just Premier League. Reguilon in the Premier League has got 0 goals, 3 assists, 5 clean sheets. Luke Shaw has got 1 goal, 5 assists, and 9 clean sheets. So I do know Luke Shaw defensively is a lot better than Reguilon. Offensively, however, I would say he might not be off Reguilon's level yet, but he's definitely up there. And for me, Luke Shaw is arguably the best left back in the world at the moment. Is there really a better left back than Luke Shaw in the world at the moment?
Yes, Reguilon.
So you'd vote Reguilon. You'd pick Reguilon over Luke Shaw.
I mean, when you look at those stats, you actually can Reguilon now. He's been injured for a while, like 2 assists away from Luke Shaw. So I think I still pick Reguilon.
Okay, well, unfortunately, sadly, the boys voted Luke Shaw. I knew you were going to make an argument for Reguilon. I'm not against Reguilon. I'll be honest with you. I'm not against Reguilon. But I just think the season that Shaw is having is just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The way Luke Shaw has improved his game. He hasn't been injured as well from an injury-prone player. He stayed fit.
But I mean, it's expected. Expected from Luke Shaw. He's been shit for 5 years, so he has a decent season.
Valid.
Keep look. Yeah.
The funny thing is, Mourinho didn't like Luke Shaw. He didn't like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was always his scapegoat, and Luke Shaw, you wanted to prove him wrong, and look where Luke Shaw is now. Mourinho, hopefully he'll cause Mourinho some troubles. I can guarantee you Luke Shaw will play because he's suspended for the next game. However, SK, I give you free roam for the next 2 centre backs. Free roam. The only one I would say is, I think Toby gets into it. I think Toby Alderweireld gets in there, and I don't know who else you really feel, because personally, I would only vouch for Bailly in this team. I won't vouch for Lindelof. I won't vouch for Maguire. So, who would you think would be the centre backs?
I mean, for me, Toby doesn't get into it.
Toby doesn't get into it?
Yeah, he doesn't. I remember watching an FA Cup, I think it was, and we were playing a team in the Championship, like League One. Some striker there, he had Toby on strings where he bullied him, stronger than him. I think Toby's finished. But he doesn't have the legs. His positioning is good, but what else? So for me, I'd put Maguire, my first centre, and then the other one would be Joe Rodon.
Now, okay, I'm just trying to think, because Moloto voted for Maguire, Clay voted for Lindelof and Toby. All 3 of us chose Toby, by the way. I put Alderweireld in the team. Moloto put Alderweireld in the team. Clay put Alderweireld on the team. But that means, we'll put Toby.
I think you can put him in.
Yeah, we'll put Toby. Just because on both spaces. Oh my god. But this is what scares me. That partnership scares me. Obviously in real life, this partnership is dead. Yeah, it's dead. This partnership is dead. There's no pace. They will get eaten alive. But in terms of just quality of player, probably these two do get in. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll ask you the final question as well when we're done with the combined 11. That's the thing we ask every time we do a combined 11, but I'll save it for the end. Right back, you gonna advocate for anyone other than my boy?
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombie soccer.
What are your thoughts on Aaron Bissaka? Because I know he's getting underappreciated. I feel in our fan base.
I think he's the best Congolese right back.
Technically, he is, yes.
Yeah. But nah, man, I think he's improving his game. Those like that little step over that he does when he's attacking, then he
The
passes
robotic
it,
step over,
into
yeah.
that step over, then he just passes it into. I think he's good, and I think also like maybe like 5 assists this season
Yeah,
in
must
all
be. I
comps.
haven't looked yet, but he's actually got a few assists as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a few assists. Yeah, I mean, he's just good.
Exactly. I just
Yeah,
he's underappreciated this fan base. People are saying he's at a on and off season. I can understand why because when you don't get beaten defensively at all the previous season, this season,
yeah,
it looks like you're a bit shaky at the back. Going forward, nowhere near as Luke Shaw's levels yet. But how much of that got to do with us not having a right winger? He doesn't have a backup, so he plays every single game. I think people forget that as well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka plays every single game for ours, so I would cut him some
yeah.
slack. I would cut him. For me, he was our player of the season last season. I know Martial won it, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka the whole season was just a beast. No
Yeah,
one
it's
could
just
beat him. So
touch.
exactly. CDM, I don't think there's any doubt. It's Hojberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
I
usually,
think Hoybier.
yeah,
I think Hoybier is like the top of the Premier League in terms.
of CDMs.
Yeah, tackles. I think passes completed. He's just complete.
Mm.
I'd say
And
he's the second best CDM in Royal Football off the cat.
second best in world football.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
that's a big shot. That's a big shot. Obviously, I don't know how I feel about him. I don't get to watch enough of him, but from what I've heard from the Tottenham fans, they absolutely love the guy. They think he's a great CDM. He's a leader.
yeah,
But obviously, I do like Indeedy. I do like Declan Rice. I do like those type of guys. So personally, for what United need, that is, I would 100%. I would take Hojbjerg. Don't get me wrong. I would 100% get him,
yeah,
but I would rather have Declan or Indeedy for United. There's nothing personal, just
yeah.
preference. Now, SK boy, this is where I respect you as my friend. This is where I respect you because I get slated every time we do a combined 11 because of one man. But the next two midfielders, Bruno always gets in, no matter what, no matter who we
Yeah.
play. Bruno always gets in, but Pogba always gets slated on the show. This very on show, Pogba gets slated, but I don't think there's a doubt this time, not because of your quality of player, but in general, I know you like Paul Pogba. So is there any doubt that Paul Pogba doesn't get into this team?
This season hasn't, but in general, I'd say he. Does. I think it's a really tricky one. Pogba and Bruno. I think Ole.
Mm.
I'd say this season he doesn't, but in general, I'd say Pogba is your best midfielder.
Yeah, that's the thing. So would you take it though? Would you take him? Like in
I'd
any
say Pogba.
in any team does Pogba walk in your opinion? Any team, whether it be your Barcelona's, Madrid's, Liverpool,
Yeah,
City, Pogba walks in.
yeah, any team. Maybe apart from Real Madrid because they have a good, midfield. But apart from that, gets into any team. I think every team struggles in
Yeah,
position where he can break from deep, pass the ball. I think he's just complete.
that's exactly what it is. I mean, I'm a big Pogba fan. Big Pogba fan. When it comes to the City preview and the City combined 11, it's always KDB Bruno, but for me it's always Bruno Pogba, but no one ever wants to hear it. No one wants to hear it, so it is what it is. The front three is weird because I know Son is a left winger, but I do want a United player in it. So off the bat, what would your front three be? Your combined front three?
But Harry Kane,
Okay, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll put Harry Kane.
Yeah.
No doubt about that one.
And then I put Son on the left.
All of us voted for Son on the left as well.
I think it's a tricky one because I also want Rashford in my team, but Rashford on the right is
That's
shit. So
exactly what we said. So us three included Rashford, and we put him on the right winger. And actually, Clayton and I are big advocates of Rashford on the right winger. We just feel like he uses his brain, what he has off it, a lot more on the right than he does on the left.
yeah, I think I'd personally actually swap them. I'd put Son on the right and Rashford
So
because
if yeah,
I think Son is good with both feet. If they're both running off Kane, it shouldn't really matter which side.
exactly. But if it was to come down to just Rashford or Son, who would you choose?
I choose Son.
Yeah, I kind of thought I'll put Rashford on the right, but just because honestly, I
Don't
only
you?
put Rashford on the right because I actually feel that the way you feel about Rashford, I feel the way about Son. I feel like Son is too vital not to play him that side,
Yeah.
and I would prefer him there because at least with Rashford on the right,
Don't
if
you know?
you have a striker like Kane, I think you'll get more service from Rashford.
Don't you know? Put Greenwood on the right.
Hey, if it was up to me, I'd put Greenwood on the right every day of the week and twice on Sunday. But
Yeah.
the boys will kill me. The other boys will kill me if I put Greenwood on the right. They'll actually kill me. So
Yeah.
the other thing is the
I also
manager.
think. Wait,
Yeah,
I also think Gareth Bale gets a shout.
I I do think he gets a shout, but then it's like I don't know how I feel about Bell because in terms of front three, I think you guys have probably the best front three. Could you even say world? Maybe world because Harry Kane is world class. Son is also arguably world class. Bale was world class, but now under Mourinho, I just don't know
Yeah.
how it feels. I don't know if he's injured most of the time. I don't know if it's just because Mourinho doesn't like him. But when Bale plays and when you play to Bale's strength, he's a vital player. He's scored some goals for you guys. So Bale is a
Yeah.
quality player. He's probably the
Yeah.
most out and out right winger to have in the team. So I can see the argument for Bale as well.
Yeah. Personally, I would put Bale.
So you just have the whole of Tottenham front three.
Yeah. Basically.
Basically, I think it's fair from a Spurs fan, from a Mourinho fan. I think that's definitely fair. Usually we do a manager as well. None of us really vote for Oli ever, except for Malota. So Malota voted Oli. Clayton said he wants Bruno player manager. He can't be asked for either of them. You gonna say Jose? I don't want to say either, but I'll probably say Jose as well if I had to choose. If someone held a gun to my head.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say Jose, but I think Ole was crazy.
You lying. I know you
I
lying.
mean,
Don't lie.
now
You just
think
want him
about
to
it.
stay.
He's
You just want him to stay.
now think about it. He was probably gonna win the Europa League. He's finishing second. He's taking you to a lot of semi-finals. I, I definitely think he's up there.
I think you.
Second best manager in the league.
I think you are violating because you know Oli is trash and you just want him to stay at United, so we don't get a proper manager. I want to ask you though, SK. I want to ask you because I know you like Mourinho a lot. If Mourinho ends the season trophyless, we can say trophyless and top four, would you fire him?
From Tottenham.
Yeah, from Tottenham.
I mean, I think that would say more about Tottenham. I'd give him some time because he wanted who? Because I think I remember like the first transfer window, he wanted Bruno and Diaz. You look at both of them this season, so I think they signed these players who definitely win the treble, but they haven't. So personally, I wouldn't, but I've seen a lot of Tottenham fans say they want that Nagelsmann, that
Everyone,
weird German.
everyone.
Yeah,
I feel like Spurs fans and United fans can relate. I think we both won a trophy. Desperately, both want a trophy. We both know the football is in the bin. It is in the bin, and I think we both, well, you guys definitely would want Nagelsmann because Pochettino was your previous manager. But for United, I'm taking Poch every day of the week. But I would take Nagelsmann as well because I'm done with this football. I can't be asked to watch this week in, week out. It depresses me. I don't know if you watched the PSG Bayern game, but that was absolutely amazing. Then the very next day, I watched us in Europa League and it was awful. It was awful, so I don't know if I'm with this football anymore. I think that's just where I'm at. I think the only way it's acceptable, this football, is if you bring trophies, and that's what Mourinho has based his whole career on. Not the best football, but he brings back home the trophies, which is why Spurs need him. I think, personally, if I was a Tottenham fan, if he finished top 4 and trophyless, maybe I'd give him one more season. But then 100%, if he doesn't win a trophy that season, I think I would probably fire him.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But anyways, I think it's been a great show, SK. Thanks for coming on. Our combined 11, the final question I ask, does this team win the league?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
You think it
I
challenges
think
at
Chelsea,
least?
finishes third after Chelsea and so that's it.
Yeah. So the centre backs are basically the biggest hole in this team.
Yeah, centre backs and the keeper.
I mean, you could say that because we don't even know if De Gea is our number one anymore. Personally, if it was up to me, I'd probably pick Dean Henderson. But I know you probably wouldn't have that conversation because I would love Dino to be in this team. I love Dean Henderson, so I'm there. But anyways, But anyways, I think it's been a great show, SK. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully we beat you guys. Hopefully you guys play pragmatic football and Bruno does a masterclass and we dump you guys. Maybe Pogba even. I would love either of those boys to get a goal. I want revenge, basically. I want revenge for the 6-1 that happened. It violated my feelings. It ruined our rest of the season. It fucked up my front three, my beautiful front three of Martial, Greenwood and Rashford. Because now I'm playing with the Tarzan at striker, That guy he needs to go to Argentina, but I don't want to get on him. It's too early to slate Edison Cavani. It's too early in my week to be toxic towards him. But yes, SK, where can people find you, my bro, on socials?
You can go on Instagram and search Sergio Ramos. Follow that.
Fair enough. But yeah, SK, is there anything else you want to say or speak about before I end off?
Well, I'd say you all should watch Jose's documentaries. Best manager in world football is a GOAT. That's it.
There's only one GOAT, and that GOAT is retired. His name's Sir Alex Ferguson. So it is what it is. Jose he was a top class manager. I'll give it to him. He was a top class manager. Now he's somewhat of a finished manager, But it's fine. We'll see what happens on Sunday, right? Credits is due. Best manager will win. Best team will win. Hopefully. I say that with hope. Because if there's any team that can shithouse a result, is United. United can shithouse a result.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Do subscribe. Do smash a like. Do comment down below your people's combined 11s. I think it should be very similar to this. I think we have been pretty fair. Bar the centre backs, I think we spot on unless, people obviously would put Eric Bailly. Just actually quickly, if Bailly was available, would you put Bailly in the team?
Nah, not really.
So you'd stick
Wait,
with...
if it's Bailly and Toby, then yeah, but Bailly no.
Yeah. I think I would probably vote for Bailly and Toby as well. But yeah. Like I said again, SK, thanks for coming, and we will check you all in the next one.